Fun fact about every classic Fairly OddParents episode, including the movie. This template should help. Let's start with Season 1, which ran from 1998 to 1999. Season 1, Episode 1, The Fairly OddParents, September 5, 1998. Vicky does not have a little brother, but she does have a little sister named Tootie. Season 1, Episode 2, Too Many Timmies, September 12, 1998. When Timmy requested for 44 1/2 Timmies, the little one actually counts as one whole, making it 45 in total. Season 1, Episode 3, Where's the Wand? September 19, 1998. Vicky gets karma for stealing Wanda's wand by getting flushed down a toilet. This is the first Vicky karma episode. Season 1, Episode 4, Party of 3, September 26, 1998. This is the first time Vicky said twerp, not including the intro. Season 1, Episode 5, The Fairy Flew, October 3, 1998. Vicky's head turned into a toilet in the intro because when Cosmo sneezed in front of Timmy, Timmy's head turned into a toilet. Season 1, Episode 6, The Temp, October 10, 1998. Jeff the Elf and Santa were voiced by two former employees at Cartoon Network in this episode, and they were Craig Kellman and Jendi Tartakovsky, respectively. Season 1, Episode 7, The Zappies, October 17, 1998. This episode revealed that Georgian von Strangle had a godchild named Winston, who was never seen nor mentioned in later episodes. Season 1, Episode 8, Scout's Honor, October 24, 1998. This episode actually has two fun facts. One of the girls at Vicky's camp has a hairstyle that resembles Dee from Dexter's Laboratory. Sorry, I forgot that one. Some of the female campers were voiced by Tara Strong as mentioned in the credits. I guess Tootie is not the only character in the Fairly OddParents to be voiced by Tara Strong. Season 1, Episode 9, The Really Bad Day, October 31, 1998. This episode released on October 31st of 1998, which is Halloween. This episode would have been perfect for a Halloween special since it involved Cosmo having a really bad day where he is forced to be evil. Season 1, Episode 10, Super Humor, November 7, 1998. This episode released on November 7th of 1998. This is the day Ed, and Eddie made its pilot debut on Nickelodeon. Season 1, Episode 11, The Big Problem, March 6, 1999. This is the first time we see Timmy with fingernails. Season 1, Episode 12, Power Mad, March 13, 1999. The show was revealed to be set in 1995 when Wanda said,
Wednesday, March 22nd, Cosmo had an idea!
Season 1, Episode 13, Spaced Out, March 20, 1999. The fourth wall was broken at the end when the Yugopotamians are shown watching The Fairly OddParents. Season 1, Episode 14, Transparents, March 27, 1999. This is the first time we see Cosmo and Wanda in a disguised human form. Season 1, Episode 15, Chin Up, April 3, 1999. This is the only episode where we see the Crimson Chin with pupils in his eyes. Season 1, Episode 16, Dog's Day Afternoon, April 10, 1999. When Timmy and Doidle switch brains, Doidle's brain is bigger than Timmy's, which probably means Doidle is smarter than Timmy, even though Timmy is smart in general. Season 1, Episode 17, A Wish to Far, April 17, 1999. Like how Tootie had a crush on Timmy, Timmy had a crush on Trixie. Season 1, Episode 18, Tiny Timmy, April 24, 1999. The flooring for when Timmy enters Vicky's brain was actually the Cartoon Network checkerboard pattern. Season 1, Episode 19, Father Time, May 1, 1999. This episode actually has two fun facts. The voices of Timmy's mom and dad when they were young were Tom Kenny, Mr. Turner, and Tara Strong, Mrs. Turner, respectively, as mentioned in the credits. Looks like Timmy Turner is not the only one in the Fairly OddParents to be voiced by Tom Kenny. This episode released on May 1st of 1999. This is the day Dora the Explorer debuted on Nickelodeon as the surprise right after the 1999 Kids' Choice Awards. Season 1, Episode 20, A Partnership, May 8, 1999. This episode marks the first appearance of Mama Cosma, who is Cosmo's mom. Season 1, Episode 21, Dream Goat, May 15, 1999. This is the first time Mr. Turner screamed like a girl. Season 1, Episode 22, The Same Game, May 22, 1999. This episode reveals that if fairies can't grant wishes to kids, this is a symptom of magical backup, which is where they inflate until they explode. Now it's time for Season 2, which was 1999 to 2000. Season 2, Episode 1, Boys in the Band, November 6, 1999. This is the first episode to have a song. Season 2, Episode 2, Hex Games, November 20, 1999. This is, at least kinda, the first episode to have Francis have a heroic role, since he crashed down to Earth after riding the big ramp to defeat Vicky for cheating and nearly unlawfully destroying the kid's privilege to skate. Season 2, Episode 3, Boy Toy, December 31, 1999. This episode released on December 31st of 1999, which meant two things. This is the day Chalk Zone made its pilot debut on Nickelodeon. This is the last day before the 21st century, as well as the third millennium. Season 2, Episode 4, Inspection Detection, February 12, 2000. This episode reveals that any godparent who fails an inspection on Fairy Inspection Day are sent to the Fairy Academy for 1,000 years of retraining. Season 2, Episode 5, Action-Packed, February 19, 2000. This episode marked Georgian von Strangle's first villainous role. Season 2, Episode 6, Smarty Pants, February 26, 2000. This is the first episode where AJ appears without Chester. Season 2, Episode 7, Superbike, March 4, 2000. Superbike has 3 wheels instead of 2, meaning he is actually a tricycle, not a bicycle. Season 2, Episode 8, A Mile in My Shoes, March 11, 2000. This is the first time where we see Timmy as a fairy. Season 2, Episode 9, Timvisible, March 18, 2000. This is the only episode where we see a gate in front of the school. Season 2, Episode 10, That Old Black Magic, March 25, 2000. This episode actually has 2 fun facts. Even though the episode released on March 25, 2000, this episode primarily airs on Friday the 13th, starting on October 13, 2000. This episode is rendered as a cartoon favorite by many fans of the Fairly OddParents. Season 2, Episode 11, Fool's Day Out, April 1, 2000. This episode released on April 1st of 2000. This is the day where Boomerang, Cartoon Network's secondary channel, launched. Season 2, Episode 12, Foul Bald, April 8, 2000. This is the first episode to have sports. Season 2, Episode 13, The Boy Who Would Be Queen, April 15, 2000. This is the first episode where Timmy was not voiced by Tom Kenny because Tamantha, Timmy's female form, is voiced by Tara Strong. Well, Tom Kenny did at least voice normal Timmy in this episode. Season 2, Episode 14, Totally Spaced Out, April 22, 2000. This episode can also or sometimes be called Spaced Out II. Season 2, Episode 15, The Switch Glitch, April 29, 2000. This episode reveals that kids with fairies cannot use magic to kill anybody, as Timmy thought Vicky was going to kill him with the robot's sharp mashing teeth until Wanda pointed out that she cannot do that, as that is against our rules. Season 2, Episode 16, Mighty Mom and Dino Dad, May 6, 2000. In this episode, Vicky is shown to be back to normal and does not remember the events from the previous episode, probably because of the production orders. Season 2, Episode 17, Nighty Night, May 13, 2000. The date of the Dimsdale Camelot Festival suggests it has been held annually since nearly 600 years ago, before the discovery of America in 1492, let alone the founding of Dimsdale in 1665 or 1744. Season 2, Episode 18, Fairy Fairy Quite Contrary, May 20, 2000. While we do see an R in the Crash Nebula poster, this does not mean Crash Nebula is rated R, since Timmy's 10, so the studio that made Crash Nebula probably had its logo represented with a giant R. Season 2, Episode 19, Nectar of the Odds, May 27, 2000. Everyone knows that sugar is the only main ingredient in lemonade, but Timmy doesn't because the ingredients for his lemonade were cheese, taco sauce, peas, and chocolate laxatives. Season 2, Episode 20, Hail to the Chief, June 9, 2000. This episode was supposed to release on June 3, 2000, but because of the June Bugs Weekend Marathon of 2000 on Cartoon Network, in which Looney Tunes took all of the slots in the schedule on that day, the episode was delayed to June 9, 2000. So this is the first episode of the Fairly OddParents to release during Cartoon Fridays. Season 2, Episode 21, Twistery, June 10, 2000. If the Founding Fathers were brought back to life in reality, it could be illegal because it's against both tradition and federal law for living persons to be featured on any U.S. currency. Season 2, Episode 22, Deja Vu, June 17, 2000. This episode made a callback to when Timmy got Cosmo and Wanda when they accidentally go all the way back to their first meeting in the show's first episode. Season 2, Episode 23, Information Stupor Highway, September 9, 2000. Sorry if I needed to gift this because I can't see the full title. This episode reveals that fairies can stay with their godchild if seen as long as no one knows who the fairies belong to. Season 2, Episode 24, Scary Godparents, October 28, 2000. This is the first time Trixie appears without any mention of Timmy's crush on her. Season 2, Episode 25, Christmas Every Day, December 9, 2000. It's a coincidence that this is the 25th episode of the second season of The Fairly OddParents, and Christmas is on December 25th. We move on to Season 3, which is completely 2001. Season 3, Episode 1, Ruled Out, March 23, 2001. This is the second episode of The Fairly OddParents to release during Cartoon Fridays. Season 3, Episode 2, That's Life, April 7, 2001. This is the only appearance of the neighborhood contest, The Big Veg Out. Season 3, Episode 3, Shiny Teeth, April 14, 2001. Much like how Wish's magic relating to love and romance can only be handled by Cupid, this episode reveals that all Wish's magic involving dental-related matters, such as teeth retrieval, can only be handled by the Tooth Fairy. Season 3, Episode 4, Odd West, April 21, 2001. The Dimsdale Flats deed was shown to have B. Hartman and on it. Season 3, Episode 5, Microphony, April 28, 2001. This episode reveals a foreshadowing to the Fairly OddParents movie when Vicky got arrested, but in the movie, she was sent to the fairy dungeon for committing massive slavery in Dimsdale. Season 3, Episode 6, So Totally Spaced Out, May 5, 2001. This episode can also or sometimes be called Spaced Out I. Season 3, Episode 7, Love Struck, May 12, 2001. This is the first time where we see Trixie crying. Season 3, Episode 8, Cosmo Con, May 19, 2001. This is the first time we see Denzel Crocker without his glasses. Season 3, Episode 9, Wanda's Day Off, May 26, 2001. This episode introduces the fact that cockroaches cannot be destroyed by magic. Season 3, Episode 10, Odd Jobs, June 8, 2001. This is another Fairly OddParents episode that had to release during Cartoon Fridays because of the June Bugs premiere of 2001 on Cartoon Network, in which Looney Tunes took all of the slots in the schedule. On that day, June 2, 2001, which was the day the episode was supposed to release. Season 3, Episode 11, Movie Magic, June 9, 2001. This is the only episode where Doidle appears without Vicky. Season 3, Episode 12, Abracatastrophe, June 16, 2001. Even though this episode is a 1-hour special, it is not the Fairly OddParents movie because that wouldn't release until 2002. Season 3, Episode 13, Sleep Over and Over, June 23, 2001. This episode marks the first appearance of Chester's mother, yet she was only seen in a photo picture. Season 3, Episode 14, Mother Nature, June 30, 2001. When Mr. Turner provided the voice of the puppet of Mrs. Turner, the voice sounded like Cosmo. Season 3, Episode 15, The Crimson Chin Meets Mighty Mom and Dino Dad, July 7, 2001. Like how Crimson Chin has a C on his chin, Negachin has a slash covering the C on his chin, indicating that Negachin is the Crimson Chin's arch enemy. Season 3, Episode 16, Engine Blocked, July 14, 2001. When Mr. Turner screams like a girl while riding downhill on his scooter-turned skateboard, his scream is provided by Tara Strong, who voiced Tootie in the classic era of Fairly OddParents. Season 3, Episode 17, Most Wanted Wish, July 21, 2001. Despite being implied love interests of Timmy, neither Tootie nor Veronica are seen among the girls in school wanting Timmy after he makes the wish. Season 3, Episode 18, This Is Your Wish, July 28, 2001. This was the first and only episode to feature Cosmo's dad. Season 3, Episode 19, Betty Bye, August 4, 2001. This is the first and only appearance of the Sandman. He does not appear in the series again, even when other magical beings are gathered together. Season 3, Episode 20, The Grass is Greener, August 11, 2001. This episode reveals that Timmy's parents can't get fancy stuff like the Dinklebergs because they spend their money on Timmy. Season 3, Episode 21, The Secret Origin of Denzel Crocker, August 18, 2001. This episode reveals that March 15, 1972 was the day that Denzel Crocker lost Cosmo and Wanda as his fairy godparents and became a hunchback, lost most of his hair, and other defects due to being overexposed to the laser used by Georgian von Strangle to wipe Crocker's memory. That's approximately 20.5 years before Cartoon Network was born. Season 3, Episode 22, Kung Timmy, August 25, 2001. When one of the rules in the Kung Fu rulebook said Kung Fu must always be used defensively, never for vengeance. This is meant to teach you that when you are in a situation like a battle, it's not the power you have that matters, it's how you use it to your advantage. Season 3, Episode 23, Which is Which, September 1, 2001. If Alden Bitterroot is indeed an ancestor of Denzel Crocker, that would mean Crocker has witch blood in him. It is unknown if he has witch powers like Bitterroot, as he's never demonstrated them in the show. Season 3, Episode 24, Pipe Down, September 8, 2001. This is the only episode that has few speaking lines. Season 3, Episode 25, The Big Scoop, September 15, 2001. This is the only episode to feature Chester and AJ as main characters instead of Timmy. Season 3, Episode 26, Crime Wave, September 22, 2001. This is the only episode in which H. Tuolga is the main villain. Season 3, Episode 27, Oddball, September 29, 2001. The reason why the Ballhogs were in last place, no longer thanks to Timmy, was because they were so selfish about their stuff that they refused to play any game to give up anything that they claim is theirs. At the end, both Timmy and the Ballhogs learned to share things. Season 3, Episode 28, Where's Wanda? October 6, 2001. This is the first episode to feature Black and White. Season 3, Episode 29, Imaginary Gary, October 13, 2001. This episode reveals that since Gary is technically part of Timmy's imagination, he can make Cosmo and Wanda grant his wishes. Season 3, Episode 30, Chip Off the Old Chip, October 20, 2001. This is the second time that Trixie Tang has cried, the first time is in Love Struck. Season 3, Episode 31, Snowbound, December 8, 2001. This is the first time Vicky and Timmy work together as friends. And now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for, the Fairly OddParents movie, December 20, 2002. This is the last episode that Chris Kirkpatrick voiced Chip Skylark before they reduced the character to being a background character with no lines. However, he briefly returns to reprise his role for one last time in Birthday Bashed, to do the song Happy Birthday, Timmy. This is the first time Chad was correctly credited as Conrad Vernon, as mentioned in the credits, although he was constantly miscredited as Gray Delisle. This is the last time Chester, AJ, and Tootie were voiced by Frankie Muniz, Ibrahim Hanif Mohammed, and Tara Strong respectively. Their voices changed in the post-movie era and onward, now voiced by Jason Marston, Gary Leroy Gray, and Gray Delisle respectively, and Tootie got redesigned too. And that's every fun fact about every classic Fairly OddParents episode, including the movie. Now I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.